Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Passion series. I'm here today with Fenton Fulgham, one of my favorite people in the planet and on the planet. And he is a hip hop instructor that happens to own a fantastic studio. I'm going to let him tell us a little bit more about what he does. Hi, Fenton.
Hello, Carrie. How are you?
I'm so glad you're here. I already feel more energy just being in your presence.
Oh, come on. Same here with you. You always uplift me, so
It's so true.
that helps me.
Tell everybody a little bit about Fenton's Dance Factory and what you're most known for.
You know what? Fenton's Dance Factory is totally different from any other dance studio because it's more of a family-oriented place. And when I say family, I really truly mean family because we build that atmosphere to be that. Because we care about these kids, and I want the kids to care about each other, and I want them to know each other and understand that they are brothers and sisters in the same experience that we are having right here. And so to me, that's what the difference is, that they all understand there's one goal, and that's to love each other and care for each other.
That sounds like an amazing goal.
It is. It's
A
rare.
big lofty goal.
Yes.
It is. In this environment when bullying and this violence and there's so much, negativity, it's so amazing to have a place full of that comes from positivity.
And that's why it's here, because that's what you deal with as a child or a kid, bullying or someone putting you down or not uplifting you or whatever. And so you get away from that. And you get away from it for a moment in time here at Fenton's Dance Factory. And so that's my joy.
There's got to be a reason why that's important to you, because I don't feel like you just get into inspiring and uplifting people if there's not something more there. Did something happen as a child, or was there a reason that became so important?
Yes, I grew up in a tough neighborhood, for one thing, and it was a dog-eat-dog world. You have to be the strongest, and if you're the weakest, you get run over. They would take advantage of you easily. And so I was extremely insecure because of that. They used to call me names. I mean, just mean things that I didn't understand. Why would someone do that to me? I never did anything to them, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. It's their insecurities that cause them to react the way they do towards you. And so, yeah, that affected me a lot. I withdrew from a lot of people because of that.
It's hard to understand that, though, as a kid. Like, that takes a certain perception, because if somebody's bullying you as a child, I mean, a lot of times you don't look at them and say, well, you're the problem. I mean, did you really feel that way as a child?
I felt that way.
Knew that.
I knew that because, where I lived, there was a lot of single parents.
Yeah.
So, you grow up that way, and you grow up sometimes angry.
Yeah.
You don't have that fulfillment of
Abandoned.
a complete family. You feel abandoned, so you're going to lash out.
Right.
You have to.
Right.
Because you don't know what love is if you don't receive that love. So a lot of kids in that neighborhood they weren't loved. I mean, my mom was a single mom, and she worked all the time. Oh. So that left us on our own to do,
whatever you did.
Whatever we had to do to survive or whatever,
Yeah. So we know what influenced you to bring about this passion-filled influence in children's lives and making it a really good place for them to be. What got you into dance? Like, did you start dancing as a kid as well? Or?
You know what? I was extremely shy. Yeah. So I would go to house parties, and I would just stand on the wall and not communicate with anybody and not dance. And my brother was like, he would get frustrated. Why am I taking you to these places when you're not dancing or nothing? I said, I don't know how to dance, for one thing. Wow. He said, well, I'm not taking you anymore. And I'm like, please, I love watching people. He said, no. So I said, well, can you show me my first dance? And show me a dance. And he showed me. And I was like, just like that, I picked it up. So I tell all the kids, I said, unless you try, you never know. And so I tried, and I did it so easily that from then on, I could not stop dancing. From 3rd grade on, I could not stop.
I was just going to ask you how old you were. 3rd grade.
3rd grade, I could not stop. I watched every TV show that was on, and I mimicked everybody.
But it
And I saw
really
there was
interested you. Like it sounds like you were like obsessed with it a little bit.
Man,
Yeah.
I could not. It's like what the kids do today, gaming and all that. That's what dancing was for me.
Yeah.
Because I grew and grew, and I was like getting better and better, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And my people would say, get the neighbors, watch him dance. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So in a way, I didn't like the attention, but I did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of
You know?
course. Well, it was feeding you somehow.
It was feeding me my personality, and it was bringing out who I really was.
I told you when we were like talking before that I thought that one day I would be a solid gold dancer.
Yes.
But there's something, and of course I'm not a solid gold dancer, unfortunately. I don't even dance anymore. But there's still something about like the movement to me that it just evokes so much emotion and creativity. So I get that. Do you still get that rise that you used to get as a 3rd grader?
Oh my gosh. Every moment, because here's the thing, what I do, I don't plan anymore my choreography.
Really?
I never plan my choreography. I do everything on the spot. Because at one point, I would write down all my choreography, write down, and I would change it because, I don't like that. And I change it again, I don't like that, and so it became work.
Obsessive.
And I didn't want my
perfection.
and I didn't want my art to become work. I wanted it to be fun still. So one time I just made a decision. Whatever comes through me, it's coming out. I don't care.
That's amazing. I can't believe you do that.
That's courage.
Especially when you're teaching it to a bunch of kids.
Exactly, because they are critical. Hey, what is that? And so what is that? When I hear what is that, then I know I have them.
Really?
Because they never seen it before or felt it or whatever, and I'm like, okay, good.
Good.
And they're like, what?
We're gonna make you move a little
Yeah,
bit
we're
funky.
gonna make you. That's right. That's right.
I love that.
Yeah. So my passion stays there all the time because it's brand new when it comes out. You know, I don't have to plan it and go home and practice and stuff, and then you wear yourself out. It's just like listening to the song over and over and over. You know how that is?
Yep. I do.
You're like, oh my God. But that's how I do. People bring me songs I've never heard, and I'll choreograph to it right then.
That's true genius.
I always say that.
I'm gonna give you the medal right now. It really is. That's amazing.
It's incredible, and a lot of
Then
people
you remember it?
No.
Like what I just
I
do.
released it, and the kids remember it.
What I just do, kids.
Exactly. And if they don't remember, I have to change it and do it again. But that's fun. That's the fun part. And I tell them, take this ride with me, because I don't know what I'm doing afterwards. If I don't remember, you got to remember.
That's so great. I love it. So you have a very successful studio, which I believe was not an easy road to get to. Can you talk about your failures and
Oh man, yes.
the stings?
Gosh, it was hard. It was so hard. And the reason why I say it's hard, because I am like behind the scenes type of guy. So I really believe that every time I was told, okay, you're gonna open up a studio, I needed somebody to help me. I needed a crutch. I needed somebody to stand by me, a partner or someone. And it always turned out where I got hurt and I was used. And it was so hard to face that because you think they're your friends.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about pain, because if you don't understand why people, like as a kid, you don't understand why people take advantage of you, and you don't see it that way until other people comes around and say, look, Fenton, this is what's happening.
Right.
And I'm talking about, I moved from one studio to the next studio, and until someone came to me and said, this is not where you're supposed to be. And you're supposed to have your own studio, your very own, so you can create it to be what you want it to be. Well, that was a tough road. It was a tough road.
Absolutely.
Moving from one place to another and getting rejected. I remember practicing outside because people was like, we can't have you in here at this time. So I would practice in the parking lot with my teams. And the last person that hurt me, I'm not gonna mention, but it was that was, I mean, I cried, I doubted myself, I wanted to give up. I wanted to give up because I could not, I thought this was it, this was it. This is the person that I'm supposed to partner with. And so this thing happened and it broke my heart.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is it, I'm done with this. But something inside me said, it's not about you, Fenton, it's about these kids. And they have to have a place to go, like they had, previous times. So, but this time it's gonna be just you, and you can create, you can make the decisions. And so I persevered through all that.
So I think you have a lot to be proud of. I'm proud of you. What are you the most proud of?
I am so proud that I finally understand who I am, and I finally got to the point where it's me. I am so proud because that took so long and so many, the process of that to understand that it's me. I am the product,
Right.
because I am who I am. I can't help that, and I will always be that, but I'm so proud that I continue to fight and go through it to get to where I am, me.
Nothing, and nobody can take that
No
from
one
you.
can take that away from me. And nobody can duplicate that. They can try,
That's right.
but they can't. They can't duplicate what I'm doing because it's me.
For sure. Nobody else can be Fenton. There's only one Fenton.
One.
That's right.
One. And I'm proud to say that.
Should be. What are you the most passionate about? What keeps you, and you've spoken a little bit about passion. I mean, you are passion, but what are you, like, what just gets you out of bed every morning and keeps you going?
The kids.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the kids because I remember I thought, okay, I need to go to LA and I need to be this and be that. And I was told in my spirit, he's like, no, I need you for eternity. I need you to impact the kids for eternity, not for moments in time, but in eternity, because this is what they take with them as they grow older and get older. And if you watch, every time they graduate and they go on, they come back.
Yeah.
And they tell me, oh gosh, Fenton, you impacted my life. They give me letters and stuff. That is what I was created to do. And for me to do it, it's my passion to continue to do that from day one when I first meet them all the way up to when they graduate from high school.
I have watched you where you didn't know I was watching. Not like I'm studying you on purpose to be, nosy, but I've been in situations, and my daughter is one of your students, I'm proud to say. She's grown a lot, and you've had an amazing impact on her and on me. But one day, a child walked up to you and had done something well in school, or I didn't quite get the whole story, and you raised him up and you hugged him. And I knew you could do it. I'm so proud of you. You looked him right in the eye, and you lifted him up, and I almost had tears running down. My tears filled up. I'm a pretty emotional person. And then in addition, going to our competition last year, where I could see the mass amount of people waiting in line to just tell you how you had impacted their lives. And I have to tell you that I said to my husband at that point that he's got such an impact on children, and he has had such an impact on Shauna's life that she's got to stay. She's got to stay, and I appreciate that so much.
Oh,
It's beyond a gift. The way when somebody, you don't even know somebody's watching you, and you move a child the way that I've seen, and I've seen it more than once, but there's this one time that just stands out to me where I just went, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Yeah. So you make us better parents.
Oh, thank you.
And better people.
Thank
because
you.
you have so much to give children.
Yes, I do. I know I do. I do, because I was one of them.
Yeah.
And I needed it, and I starved for it. And they deserve it. They deserve it. Yeah. There's so much going on in this world that they deserve it. And that's why I say it's not about dance. This is just my platform. It's about love and embracing them and lifting them up and celebrating with them. And
yeah, it exudes. It just exudes out of you and out of everything that you touch, everything that your amazing staff touches.
They're incredible.
Everybody that's around you is incredible, and it's because they need to be, like attracts like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like attracts like.
Liked. It does.
Yeah, it does.
You're right.
So look into the camera, if you will, and let everybody know how they can find out more about Fenton's Dance Factory, about you. How do they get a little piece? You
can go to Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, because we are all over that, at Fenton's Dance Factory, and www.fentonsdancefactory.com. You can find us there as well. And if you see this, you'll know where we're located. We're at Plano off of Parker and Alma, the southeast corner of Parker and Alma, 910 West Parker Road, Plano, Texas. Come see us. We would love to have you join our family. Peace.
Listen, this guy is the most awesome, most special guy on the planet. He's got so much to give your children and really to give you. So I would highly recommend, if you've got a child that has even the slightest interest in dance, or if you as an adult, you teach adult.
I do.
If you're an adult that wants to dance,
We have
reach
a
out to
competitive
Fenton.
adult.
You will be so glad you did. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I am so glad I knew
Thank
you.
you.
Oh, you're the best.
You're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching our Passion series. This process has already been so uplifting and impactful that we are encouraged to create a passion movement, inspiring you to live your best life. We are coming to you each week with another amazing individual who will share their unique story. If you know someone or you yourself would like to take part in our passion discussions, please comment below or send us a message. Until next week, live well, live inspired, live your passion.